why? And he was like, because you're stressing me. Hey friends, I am Karina and welcome to Rena's Lounge. All right, so this is kind of like my first talking YouTube video. Okay, no, it's not my first. I think I posted one like in 2019, and the reason why I posted that video wasn't necessarily like to start my YouTube channel. It was basically like I made that video and it was quite long, and I just wanted a place where I could drop it and people would just go there to watch it. And that was the reason why I did the video. The video was about business, I think sales and expenses and stuff like that. It was basically what I learned from one of like my favorite books. The name is I think something The Prophet. I can't remember, but that is one book that I read that really taught me about money. So, well, that talk is over. Let's get right into why we are here. So, one of the things I told myself late last year was that I wasn't going to be blocking people anymore. So, now the reason why we're even having this conversation, or rather, what inspired this conversation was basically the conversation we were having like in the community. By the way, if you're not in the Poha Network community, you have to check somewhere in this video for the link where I can drop links, right? I'm going to put the link to the WhatsApp group there. So in this community, basically we have like real time amazing conversations. So basically, this a lady dropped a question and people were like, oh, block, 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 block. And like someone who is like me, I'm a kind of person who loves to, go back into like my quiet space and be like, okay, Karina, what would you do? Like, I don't like having people influence what I would do if I was like in that situation. I like to, go like into my comfort zone and into my quiet time rather and ask myself like the difficult questions. So I now remembered like, what I told myself like late last year, I would not be blocking people. And the reason why I know a lot of people block is because of I feel they do not want to do the work. So now why I said I'm not going to be blocking is more like for my own discipline. So the reason why I say I'm not going to be blocking people is because of okay, maybe I want to cut off communication like with these people. And if you really understand like human behavior, you will know that that pain you want to put on that person is going to be more painful when that person knows that they have access to you but they don't actually have access to you. I don't know if you get like the drill, if you like get the whole psychology behind everything, right? And in 2025, one of the things I said I was going to be doing is living life easy. Like nothing is going to stress me. I am not going to give people that hand to stress me. Or it's not like even the thing is that we can't really like control people's mindset or people's doings. Basically we can't, all we can the only thing we can control is our reaction to it. So basically 2025 is basically just me trying to put myself in other people's shoes. And also I think maybe later in this video, by the way, this video I might blab a bit, but just bear with me. So basically, one thing I also want to like do is to put myself in people's shoes. Like if you give birth to two children on the same day, that's you give birth to a set of twins, right? And you put this set of twins in the same conditions, right? So what you're telling this person, you are also telling the other. What you're giving this person, you're also giving the other. Like you're putting these two people in the same situations, in the same conditions. They would still not grow up to think alike. They would still not grow up to think exactly alike. Like that is one thing about human nature, and that is also the grace I want to start extending to other people. I do not want to take things too seriously. It's more like, oh well, I totally understand, but I am not willing to go that route. So there is no bad blood. So I am not keeping bad blood with anybody. I don't know if your friends like really understand like where I am coming from. I basically I'm not taking things too seriously. I'm not letting things occupy my mind, you understand, other than my goals and what it is that I want to achieve for myself, and you know the things that I really want to do for myself. Does that make me selfish? Well, but anyway, what I'm just trying to say is that I will not be blocking people, because I've come to realize that the reason why I block people is because I'm angry at them, right? They are pissing me off, or they're not acting the way I want them to act. And the thing is that I've come to grow up and realize that I cannot control people. You understand me? And just because I think, just because this certain thing that I think is right, that doesn't mean in the grand scheme it's actually like right. Like, sometimes there's really no right or wrong. It's basically like, okay, this is how I grew up, and this is what I think is common sense. But another person might not really dig it the way you dig it. I don't know if you ladies like get the whole point. I have to stop saying ladies. See, I talk to a lot of ladies a lot. That is the reason why it's always like, okay, ladies. But I've come to understand that this lounge is unisex, okay? Because we're going to be talking about a lot of things, like a whole lot of things, from strategy, from human psychology, a lot of, really, really important things that we ought to know to move smartly in our walks of life. Okay. So basically, this is kind of like a rant. So basically, I remember I now had like a conversation with my friend. I was like, okay, why do you block people? Why do you have people like on your block list? Why? And he was like, because they're stressing me. I block them because I want to cut access from them to me. So basically, right? So I totally understand. I get it. But me on the other hand, I will not be doing it because, in the not I don't want to say what I want to say. Okay, let me just say it, but it's more like there is really no right or wrong, right? Just because of this person is maybe I cut this person off, or maybe this person is doing what I feel they should do, or okay, let's bring it home. Okay, ladies, come to the front. Let's bring this home. There are some people who say that, oh, if a guy is, if I'm in a talking stage with this particular guy and we go out on a date, and on the third day he does on I think on the second date he doesn't give me a gift, I'm going to block him. So now that doesn't mean what he did in entirety is wrong. Do you understand me? This is just like your own way of life. This is just your own standard. So it doesn't mean that that person is did something that is wrong. Okay. And also, I just want to like divert. See, I just put up my tripod and I just said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna blah what's in my mind right now. So I'm sorry that I'm really like diverting, but I promise you that this is going to be a really, really nice conversation that you will be glad that you listened to. Okay. And also, that is also what I always like tell people, tell like my peers and all of that. Just because this person, this particular guy comes into your life, that doesn't mean that he's actually in your life to be your lover. Like, that doesn't mean that he came into your life for you to pursue anything romantic with him. And that is also the reason why I feel that ladies should just like really like get out of their heads and like live in the real world. Like how people say, like, go outside and touch grass. You get me? Like, I've come to understand that the world literally does not revolve around you. I know that we want to be the Lulu. I understand. But just because a person does chooses to not do these certain things for you, that doesn't mean that the person is bad. No, 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 no. And that is also the reason why I feel that I wouldn't really be cutting people off, because I know that we might not be lovers. God did not send you into my life right now for us to like be lovers, but we could do other things together. Like, you could set me up. And that is also the reason why I always say that as a smart girl, you should be using dating to social climb, not be stacking heartbreaks or stacking, I don't know, whatever the things that people are stacking these days. Okay. But as a smart woman, I just feel that the people who come into your life, you should benefit from them because you are a high valued woman. Okay. I really hate using that word high valued woman because I just feel that it's so washed out. People don't even know what it means like to be high valued. Like, it's not just about wearing beige and color coding and filming your videos a certain way and making a certain type of hairstyle. No, no, that doesn't mean you are highly valued. Okay. So, as smart women, as women who are building your capacity, you would understand and agree with me that you people are a pool of opportunities, just like the way you are a pool of opportunities. Okay. You would also agree with me that I don't know, one of like my mantras is that people, if you come across me, if you get to be with me, if you get to associate with me, you cannot be stagnant. Okay. Just like how other people should, well, that's how other people should also like see themselves as well. Like, I mean, just like the way you see yourself as a pool of opportunities, that's how other people are as well. That is the reason why, me personally, I do not go around blocking people, because that thing I am blocking them for, maybe in the grand scheme of things, that is not why they're in my life. So just because of maybe this person splits, 50-50. Well, I have never been in that position, but I'm trying to think of something that is kind of like rampant kind of right now. Like, okay, maybe this person, you people went on a date and this person said, oh, you people are going to split 50-50, and maybe beforehand you were looking at that, or somehow some way you would bring out something romantic out of like this companionship, or out of this quote unquote relationship. So I've come to realize that not everything, not every not every like relationship, when I'm talking about relationship here, I'm not talking about romance. Okay, I'm talking about one what two people having a relationship, like your classmates, like your peers, you understand me? I'm talking about like a relationship with somebody, right? It doesn't mean that you should always see every guy who hits you up as a potential lover. Okay, so that is what I'm taking into 2025. Not everybody who asks for my number or who says, oh, hey, you're pretty, that does not mean that I should start projecting romance to this relationship that we have. Some people come into your life to support your ongoing goals. Some people come into your life to give you a piece of advice that would skyrocket or catapult your career, or your life in general. Some people come into your life to lead you to even people that might also catapult your life. That is how life works, right? So I know some people will be like, oh, you use that means you're using people. No, 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 it's not like that, right? I feel that people who like say that are people who just live in like small circles. When you enter the real world, when you look back, you will find out that every opportunity you actually got in this life was actually through people. And that is the reason why, like I said again, I do not block people, because just because of they weren't beneficial in maybe the love aspect, which is rampant. I'm using love because that is rampant. That doesn't mean that they would not be my customer tomorrow, or that doesn't mean that they're not going to put in a word for me. That doesn't mean they're not going to sponsor my next project. I mean, that I think as smart women, we shouldn't go around life being so tight, being so demanding. Okay, okay, okay. Wait, hold on. I take that back. Okay, I take the word demanding back, but I'm saying it like in this like context, especially like with romance. Like, take things easy, okay? Easy breezy does it. Easy breezy does it, ladies. Easy breezy does it. So me personally, that is the reason why I do not block people. That is also how I use quote unquote dating to kind of like social climb, because at the end of the day, not everybody is supposed to be your lover. Not everybody is supposed to come into your life to experience you on certain levels. Some people are only supposed to experience you on a particular level, and you're supposed to leave it at that. The moment you try to take it a step, it might, bring you back down to where it is supposed to be. So that is also the reason why I love the the miracle of the spontaneity of life. Like, it's just crazy how things can happen for you and to you in just a second, right? So that is the reason why I always like to open my mind. I don't have a closed mind. I love to open my mind because a miracle is lurking somewhere. Okay? So, yeah. So, ladies, I hope you got something from this video. I'm going to be keeping my chit chats very short and but very impactful because one thing is that I do not talk to people like they are dumb. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to be giving like the tips because I just feel that y'all you can find all that on ChatGPT. Like most of the tips that you see floating online have just been regurgitated from ChatGPT. I mean, but on this channel, I will be giving you what I do, what I have experienced, what I have learned, you know, in my little life. So yeah, and also I'm gonna like be doing this thing like at the end of the video. I'm going like okay, at the end of the video, I am going to be recommending a movie for you to watch that weekend. Okay. So now my movie rec is Alice 2022. So basically, it's based on true events, by the way. So if you're looking for a very women empowering kind of movie, this is for you. And one thing I learned from this movie is that sometimes your goals, your dreams might be too big for people to come along with you. Okay. People might think you are delusional, that you are crazy. But one thing I've come to understand that if you remain dogged, if you remain strong, if you remain, what's the word? Like determined, trust me, those people are going to fall in line. They're going to tag along and they're going to come with you. And sometimes they are not, and that is totally fine. The second thing I learned from this movie is that you are a slave to what you don't know. So, ladies, keep expanding your mind, keep opening your mind, keep eating and, gulping in knowledge, from books, from meaningful content that teach you and actually elevate you in the long run. Okay. So, bye, ladies. I think this is the time where I say, please follow. Okay, no, not sorry. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Subscribe, like, drop a comment. What stood out to you? What would you be doing? What do you think? Like, I mean, what do you actually think? What stood out to you from this video? All right. Bye bye.